Welcome to Lesson 4 of Singularity Sanctuary's course on ethics and technology. Ethics, economics, and human welfare. Before we continue applying the humanistic ethic to specific technological challenges, there's something important we should clarify about the topic of economics. Not because this is an economics course, it isn't. Not because we're going to debate economic systems, we won't. But because economics is inseparable from human welfare. And human welfare is at the very heart of the humanistic ethic. If we don't address this early, an important unspoken question is likely to linger in the background of the lessons ahead. Is this course a critique of capitalism? Is it an argument for socialism? The short answer is no. The longer answer is that economics is often misunderstood, not because people haven't thought about it, plenty have, but because we've expected it to do work it was never meant to do. Adam Smith, who articulated the foundations of capitalism, and Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, who analyzed socialism, were not primarily inventing moral systems. They were observing human behavior. Smith looked at human societies and noticed something true. Sometimes we trade. Marx and Engels looked at human societies and noticed something else that is also true. Sometimes we share. Both observations are accurate. Every society that has ever existed has done both. Humans trade when exchange is efficient and beneficial. Humans share when survival, cohesion, and care demand it. Markets and redistribution are not opposites. They are complementary human behaviors that exist in every society and their economies. The mistake comes when we turn these observations into rigid ideologies and then treat them as moral absolutes. Economics, properly understood, is not an ethical system. It is a set of tools and mechanisms for coordinating resources. Ethics should come first, because ethics tells us what we must strive to achieve to begin with. Economics is a means of getting there. The humanistic ethic, in particular, reminds us that human welfare and flourishing must be the outcome of any economic system. A more capitalist society that emphasizes individual rights and opportunity, the upper part of Maslow's hierarchy, but leaves large numbers of people struggling for basic security, has failed. Likewise, a more socialist society that focuses primarily on meeting basic human needs, the lower part of Maslow's hierarchy, but suppresses individual freedom and creativity, has also failed. Both miss part of what it means for human beings to flourish as both societies and as individuals. I believe capitalism has done more than any other economic system to lift people out of poverty, unleash creativity, drive innovation, and improve human life across the globe. I sometimes jest that I believe in capitalism so strongly that I think we should try it sometime. By which I mean we should truly allow the free market to develop without distortion by cronyism, regulatory capture, or special interest. At the same time, capitalism has never existed in a moral vacuum. Every capitalist society relies on shared infrastructure, public investment, and collective responsibility. Taxes are not an abandonment of markets. They are one of the ways societies redistribute wealth under democratic control to support education, healthcare, infrastructure, and basic security and stability. Likewise, so-called socialist countries are not free of markets, consumers, or private enterprise. They participate fully in the global economy. The difference is not whether trading and sharing exist, but how consciously and ethically they are balanced. The failure of capitalism to consistently protect the dignity of all people has led many to reconsider it, including by reconsidering ideas like the universal basic income. This reflects a genuine ethical concern, a desire to build systems that work for everyone. That impulse is rooted in the humanistic ethic and its values, and it deserves respect. But when we reduce economics to money alone, every solution becomes a question of money. More money, free money, printed money. Without going into the broader meaning of the term, economics is really about how societies organize themselves to meet human needs. Making it synonymous with money removes human flourishing, the most important goal, from the equation. Simply throwing money at problems can merely delay solving them rather than actually solving them. And it sometimes creates new problems, such as inflation, because when money becomes too abundant, it loses value and prices go up, turning more money into less money. So instead of focusing only on income, let's return to the humanistic ethics first principle by asking, what is money for? It's a tool that helps humans do what we have always done, trade and share in ways that allow us to flourish together. This is why, rather than talking about UBI, Universal Basic Income, I prefer to talk about BQL, Basic Quality of Life. Isn't that what we really want? A basic quality of life for everyone? Is this what we're hoping to achieve when throwing money at a problem? If so, the real question is how we design our systems of trading and sharing. Systems, again, that exist in every society to achieve BQL for as many people as possible. From the perspective of the humanistic ethic, the issue is not which economic label we prefer. The issue is whether our systems, whatever tools we use, serve both general human welfare and individual unfolding, rather than sacrificing one for the other. Markets are extraordinarily good at innovation and efficiency. They are less good at guaranteeing dignity, security, and care for those who fall outside demand curves. This is not a moral failure of markets. It is simply not what they are designed to do. This is why economics cannot be separated from ethics. And it is why ethics cannot be reduced to economics, to money alone. Trading and sharing are both essential to any human society, to any humane society. The humanistic ethic does not demand ideological purity, it demands moral clarity. It asks whether our systems, economic, technological, and political, are aligned with the flourishing of real human beings. With that clarification in place, we can move forward. In the lessons ahead, when we talk about employment, education, housing, technology, and entrepreneurship, we are not advocating an economic doctrine. We are applying an ethical lens, one that insists our tools, including our economic tools, exist to serve human dignity and well-being. That is the only commitment this course makes. Keeping this explanation in mind, we can move on with our next lesson by applying what we've learned to an issue that's currently on everyone's mind, the future of work in an age of exponentially advancing technology.